All right, so once you've finished the sink and bench over there, you'll come over to the other parts of the kitchen. So here we've got the Rangehood, Splashback, Stovetop, some appliances on the bench and the bench itself. We'll also then clean things like the oven door, fridge door, dishwasher door, and we'll spot clean drawers and cupboards. As with every other room and every other space we clean, start at the top, work your way down. Now this is glass and so is the Splashback. So on this one, we'll probably use a microfiber to get any grit and dirt off. And then we'll probably use the glass microfiber and Windex just to give it a shine because it is a glass surface. The other microfiber is not designed to make it look shiny. So give it a bit of a spray, so work our way from the top. Up here it's just going to be dust probably, so it's not going to be really hard to clean. There's probably not a lot of anything else but dust. Now you might do a little bit if you see something, but usually we just do that part. This sort of bit is more of a deep clean thing, and there's a lot of elements around the stove that are sort of getting into the deep clean, and I'll talk a little bit about that as we get to them. Then we'll go underneath, do the Splashback, and underneath here on the glass and across the front here. Now under here you probably are getting a bit of grease and other things like that, so it's probably a little bit more than just dust. Although on this particular surface it's pretty good. And then you want to go across the Splashback where the stove is. Excuse me. And so like everywhere else, every now and then you'll find a little bit of a stubborn bit. But once you dislodge it, it usually comes away pretty well. Now, when I was talking about elements that are more deep cleaned, so you'll see here the filters for the Rangehood themselves, we can't really clean them with microfibers. They're more of a take them out, go to the laundry sink, get a bit of degreaser on them. You can actually put them through a dishwasher, depending on your dishwasher and other things. You just have to make sure that the dishwasher can handle that sort of greasy clean. But we would take them into the laundry sink, put degreaser on with hot water and clean them off and then bring them back. But that's a 6-month, 12-month clean. Same with these type of things on top of the stove. We'll wipe them over, but deep clean is not really part of a regular clean. So we're not going to scrub them back too much as part of a regular clean. So that's an important difference. All right. So when we've done that, I said this is glass, so I'm going to do a bit of polishing with a bit of Windex. And that's just to give it a bit of a finish that looks a bit nicer than it would otherwise. And the same with the Splashback. Now, if it's not a glass finish, you'd obviously would not include this part. Now, when doing the Splashback itself, obviously the main part is here that's going to be dirty, but you do want to just check on the sides, but depending on what they've cooked and used the stove for. You know, it could be splashes across the back of the Splashback. So you do want to make sure that, you know, for example, behind here, you check that, maybe give that a wipe as well. But chances are it's probably okay, but you do want to check it. All right. So the next part after that is the stove at top. So take these off, put them to one side, stack them on each other. And obviously when you put them back in the same order as you took them off. That way it'll be back in the position they were when you started. All right, so there's a couple of options when it comes to the stovetop. Microfiber is the most common one. Every now and then you may need to get a scouring pad and a little bit of Jif if there's some sort of really baked on dirt and grime, and the brush. And then every now and then when you've done that, you could get some a glass microfiber and some Windex and give it a buff if it's got a very shiny surface. This is a bit of a duller surface, so we probably wouldn't do that here. And it's pretty clean, so we're not going to need to use the scouring pad. All right, so you can use a previously used microfiber to start with, and that's just to get all the loose debris off the surface first. There'll be crumbs, there'll be you know, other bits and pieces, put them onto the floor for now. So at this point, that's probably no good for what we're going to do next, to get a clean microfiber. Bit of spray, and then basically clean until it's clean. So sometimes you'll just come across a stubborn bit like I just did, and you just use your fingernail and it'll pop off. You don't need to do much else to that, and then just wipe over it with a microfiber. Remember to periodically fold that again so you're getting a cleaner part of the microfiber. All right, so this is pretty good now. Similar to other surfaces we've talked about, in the joins you can get a bit of build-up. Often you can just use your finger in the corner of a microfiber and just push it in, and that will be enough. If that's not enough, again, you can get the brush and just dislodge it like we've discussed before. All right. Now another part that isn't really, again, we'll get excess debris off, but these bits and the diffuser, gas diffuser, which I've just put stuff all over the thing, they're not really part of this regular cleaning. That's more of a deep clean thing. Again, it's really when you do an oven clean. So obviously if there's any loose debris, you will wipe it off, but otherwise we're not going to scrub it as such. All right. So when you're satisfied that you've done that, pick up these bits, and again, you're just going to look for any loose bits of crumbs or whatever else that might be on there. We're not scrubbing this as such. We're just looking to get any excess bits off like that, and carefully put them back. All right, stand back, have a quick look, see if there's anything you feel like you've missed. All right, so at that point, this microfiber is dirty. It's going to have grease most likely on it. I wouldn't wipe anything else in the kitchen with that until we've been able to wash it.